Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today it's going to be a match between Rogue and Cure from Homestory Cup that just wrapped up a couple of weeks ago now. Maybe 10 days. Bottom right hand corner, we have Rogue, the Korean Zerg player, versus the top left hand corner, we have Cure, the red Korean Terran player. It's going to be on Deathaura, which is an excellent map for macro games, just because it is so easy to secure your third base as Terran and Protoss. This ramp, and this ramp, which basically could be covered by an army sitting right here, right? So 3 bases for 2 coverage. And that is why there are a lot of macro games on this map. Alright, so 1 Rax here from Cure inside his base, 16, 18, 17 here from Rogue. All is as it should be in this ZVT. Hit that like button. Oh, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Are you that worried about proxies that you're sending a drone to check? Yeah, I think this is just a proxy checking drone. Man, respect to Cure. That Rogue sends out a drone to check for proxies. Oh my goodness. That's amazing. I don't think I've ever seen that before from Rogue other than maybe against Raynor or Serral. So man, a lot of respect there. Reaper expand here from Cure. Command center tossed down at 20 supply as per usual. Nothing crazy going on. SCV checking to make sure it's not a pool first play. Good job, Cure. And the Reaper's name is Imposter. Falcon Paladin was not the imposter. Well, all right, good to know. It wasn't me. It wasn't me the whole time. Okay, so SCV comes in, says, all right, there's already creep coming out. We can send the Reaper down. Sends a message to the Reaper over the radio system. Reaper 1, you are clear for takeoff. Thanks a lot, buddy, says the Reaper, who is the imposter here today. As a result, can he win? Can he be the last one alive in this game, or is he going to be killed and the good guys are going to win? That is going to be the question here today for this Reaper. He's in the hands of Cure. He is a top-level Terran player for sure. He's not Maru, okay? He's not Innovation, maybe. I don't know. He actually did, spoiler alert, outperform Innovation at Homestory Cup. So, I mean, maybe he is better right now. I have to look at the Aligulac rankings to tell you. But command center coming up sub 3 minutes, which is just something, I mean, it feels so greedy and so easy to punish, but it's not. There's really not much a Zerg player can do about this without the Reaper scouting it, seeing it coming, and allowing for defensive to be prepared, right? So, 3rd CC coming up. Honestly, Rogue, a scout of this would be amazing. It'd be super good if you could get a scout up of this and see what's going on. Because if you can see it, you could basically take a 4th base. Like, right away, you can go for your own 330 4th. And there's, again, nothing the Terran player can do about it. Because sinking 400 resources into this is so many resources. That is so many Marines that could be built. That is so many Hellions that could be built. That is a starport that could have been built faster. So, yeah, your harassing units here are 2 Hellions and a Reaper right now. So it's just not... Rogue taking a 4th base would be amazing. I mean, obviously, he wants to go for speed. He wants to get his queen count up, and those are resources that he can't put towards a 4th base. But denying, I don't know, denying the Overlord speed for a little bit or delaying it would be nice. It's hard. It's really hard to know exactly what to do here against the Terran, because it seems like most of the time they will go for that quick 3rd, but if they don't, and you don't prepare for that, you're in a lot of trouble. Baneling Nest coming up. Still no sign of that 4th. Around 5 minutes is the preferred normal 4th timing here for Zergs in this situation, where again, I was going to say they don't know what's going on, but now he knows what's going on. So he ends up scouting the quick 3rd CC, and maybe he's kicking himself, going, I didn't need this Baneling Nest. I don't need all of these queens. These 2 Hellions are going to be the only ones I have to worry about for a little bit. I don't know. That's something I'd have to ask a professional Zerg player is, do you regret not taking a 4th base in this situation? Where it turns out, right, your opponent took a quick 3rd. It's a good question. I don't know. I'm checking to see. There's not a 4th base there. Actually going for a lair. Lair timing here. Why does this feel like Mutalisks to me? Looks like Rogue wants to go for a little bit of the Mutalisk action here. He does like his Mutas. He's one of the players that will go effectively mass Mutalisk going up to 50, 60 Mutalisks in one game, whereas not a lot of players will do that. So he, yes, going for that. He's making spores to handle the, what, Liberator? Yeah. There's a Liberator on the way. He did scout the starport. So you're preparing for that. About 5.5 minutes is when you want to start those spores. I do it at 5 just to be safe. No real reason not to. And yeah, these Hellions, are we going for... They're an armory. Nope, no Hellbats. Nice creep tumor snipes, though. That's some not bad stuff. Liberator ends up getting, what, 4 drone kills? Not bad. And then she dies, which is not super ideal. Resources lost here, 400 to 300. Rogues lost a little bit more, but not a lot to speak of. Drones going down is a bigger problem here. He's making 10 drones at a time, though, so the recovery is not impossible. Third base here from Cure. It is an orbital command. And there's an Overlord up here, which I guess to see if there are drops on the way or something. I don't actually know. Finally, fourth base coming up at 6 minutes, which again, I feel is late when your opponent's third base is basically saturated and your fourth base is on the way. It's not even 50% complete yet. So, I mean, this income tab is looking, it's favoring Rogue at the moment, but look at it going back up as that fourth base is getting saturated. More creep tumor snipes here. It's just, man, when they made creep tumors light, it was ostensibly for Protoss, but man, it feels like it was better for Terran. Rogue actually throwing up a quick 5th at 6.5 minutes. Ah, I like that. I kind of like that plan. Let's get your lair up. You get a quick 4th and then a quick 5th after that. So again, a late 4th rather than a quick 5th. Lings get a 4 SCVs and all of them escape. That was a good play. Hellions, though, still alive. Gonna take a Baneling right to the face there. These are all YOLO Hellions now. So they end up killing 6 drones. The evacuation was pretty good there, coming back to work. Not too shabby. I would say that was a trade. I think that would go in favor of Rogue. We are getting a Spire here, too. I called that a minute ago. And Centrifugal Hooks is almost done, and 1-1 is coming in. So we're going to have Speed Banelings for this upcoming engagement, but we're not going to have 1-1. Not even close. So let's see where the engagement decides to take place. Try to kill an Overlord, but with speed, a little bit hard to do when there's Banelings chasing you. Oh, it's almost a Speed Bane. Like, almost a Speed Bane. Zerglings running into this base again, recognizing, okay, there's enough army sitting back here to be a problem. Lings do, take a Widowmine, but they do take down the attempt at a quick 4th CC, forcing a cancel there. Not bad on the Zerglings indeed. And yeah, Rogue's 5th base is happy. I really feel like Cure could maybe jump down here and try to get something done with it, but I don't think he knows this exists.
Upgrade.
Yeah.
Your forces are under attack.
He doesn't know that exists. Lings try to come back in here again, but Cure is ready for it this time, no problem. Creep spreading right side, creep spreading left side. 13 Mutalisks in production. All right. Meanwhile, Ling's getting into this 4th or 3rd base again, holding position to try to kill a couple SCVs. They do not before they all get massacred by their Marine response team. And rebuilding that command center for a 4th base again in a safer location, but safe is relative, as Zerglings did kill the one previous to that. These are almost 1-1 Lings, but there's enough of them with Baneling support, with Mutalisk support, that Cure's not going to be able to do much here. As it turns out, Mutas are trying to engage. And with the Ling and the Baneling support, I think they might... Yeah, actually, these medevacs are in trouble. 1 down. And, yep, this... losing your first 2 medevacs with all hands is a bad feeling. That sucks for Cure. It's not game ending, but it's terrible. You want to keep your medevac count high. You want to keep those Marines alive if you can. You want to pick up and move out. But that's what having Mutalisks does to those plans. Mutalisks and Corruptors basically make drop-heavy Terran play so much harder. If you're just going Roach Ravager, or even Roach Ravager Hydra, you can escape so much more easily from Zerg armies. But Mutas are fast, and they're squishy, but they will chase you down, and they will kill you in more situations than one. Trying to engage here just a little bit. Mute is deciding to back on out. Drilling Claws. Love the Widowmine play. I always do. I just think a Terran without Widowmines against Zerg in 2021 is just kind of asking to lose. Maybe that's a little bit too harsh, but you need it. You need the splash damage. Anything that can make Zerg fans complain about being Imba, you want to do yourself. Zerg fans definitely complain about Widow Mines more often than not. Cut a Thor out, another Thor on the way to deal with the Mutalisks, recognizing the count is high, and that Rogue is not done making these things. But this right side base from Rogue is looking extremely healthy. Oh my gosh. Look at another base there. Cure did eventually get his 4th base up, which is muling hard. He did save some energy on those orbital commands for mules. Mutalisks maybe try to jump in there, but they end up getting chased out. We got these Banelings rolling in. Oh, Baneling bomb. And, oh, not the greatest micro in the world there. Sensor Tower gets sniped. A lot of 11 SCVs go down. Just kidding. Sensor Tower, oh, it does go down through the burning. Resources lost after that battle. 54 to 4,700. Brutal. Absolutely brutal engagement. That was exceptionally well done by Rogue. He's just so good at finding those openings where there is a huge, maybe not a huge gap, but a medium-sized gap. You can kind of slip in there with some Banelings and bad stuff happens. Also, this creep spread is insane right now. Man, cast a Serral versus Inno game last week that if you like creep spread and you missed that one, be sure to go check it out. Serral versus Inno last Wednesday. Ultralisk Cavern coming in. Going for +1 flyer, adrenal glands, +2/+2 for the ground melee units. I mean, all of this is exactly what Rogue needs, what he wants to do, what he likes to do, and Cure's just not been able to get the damage done that he needs to get done. We've almost moved into a point in the game where, oh my gosh, that is so many Banelings. Like, even if you split against this, another sensor tower down, Banelings kind of backing into a corner a little bit, and 6 more go down. That was actually a pretty good splitting retreating job by Cure for only 6 SCVs to die there. But what I was saying, I snipe on that Widow Mine. Killing Widow Mines is so satisfying as a Mutalisk flock, and you can do it if you have a good micro, which, by the way, Rogue has elite micro. He's coming back in. So this is one of those games. ZVT is often decided by who is the aggressor, and guess who the aggressor is here? Yeah, it's this guy, Rogue. He gets a refinery, a couple supply depots. Doesn't actually supply block Cure or kill any SCVs there, but still. So what I've been trying to say for the last minute or so is this could definitely come out to be a situation where the player that makes the best trades over the next 8 or 10 minutes wins, right? Rogue, if he's a little bit sloppy with his mutas, has to replace those. Cure, if he's cost efficient with his defense, with the Thors, with the Widow Mines, he can actually do, you know, better overall. Even if he's on the back foot, if he makes better trades consistently over the next little while, he's gonna be okay. That was a lot of Banelings for not much, honestly. This is a lot of Zerglings. Getting full surround on a Thor. Another Thor's gonna get a full surround on him. The medevac needs to pick him up, but there's mutas in the general area. And this third base is in a lot of trouble all of a sudden. Rah, rah, rah. Missile turret's getting sniped. A Widow Mine, ooh, almost goes down. No firing on those Widow Mines. Look at this creep spread, though. Look at this. Cure has not been able to send out creep raiding parties because he's been on the back foot so long. Look at this creep. It's in spitting distance of the 4th base. The 5th base is getting burned down and massacred by the Mutalisks. Okay, it did manage to escape because, you know, Terran buildings can fly, which is nice. Zerglings, ooh, Widow Mine hits! Doesn't matter. We have so many Lings, it almost doesn't matter. We're going to force a liftoff of your 3rd base anyway. The Mutas are trying to engage over here. But, you know, 2 Thors is kind of the magic number with a flock of Mutas. That splash damage adds up immensely. 2 Widow Mines and 2 Thors are going to be the answer to a Muta flock if you can catch them. The thing is, both Widow Mines and Thors are slower than Mutas, so they don't have to engage if they don't want to. Chitinous plating finishing up. We're working on, wow, we're actually going anabolic synthesis for the Ultras too, which makes sense, and then 3/3. So this is going to be 3/3 Lings, Banes, and Ultras with +3 attack Mutas. And yeah, it's 3/3 for the bio here for Cure, and yes, he held that fairly effectively, I'd say. He kept his 4th base rolling. The Mutas are just destroying what is left of the 3rd base. This has been a major target for his harassment today. He does get chased away by a handful of Marines and a Widow Mine, which is fair, but this creep spread, look at it. It is the spitting distance to so many bases right now. It's just Cure is so backed into a corner. He needs big Thor shots on Mutas, killing a lot of them. He needs Widow Mine shots on Mutas, killing a lot of them. He needs a lot of Banelings to die for not a lot of value, right? He needs them to be poor value Banelings. Rogue's even taking this high ground double Vespine gas base because why not at this stage? I don't see why he shouldn't right now. You know, remember when yeah, I was going to say, I said he was going to keep making mutas, but it sure seems like he's just putting most of his gas into Ultralisks. I mean, now he's maxed out. But if we look at it, it is 3 Ultralisks. I don't feel like he's made more. Oh boy, made more mutas in a while. That's a dead planetary. Some seriously good Baneling hits here. I'm not sure that Cure's kiting and splitting has been as good as he'd like it to be in this match. Ultras, chomping everything down. The Zerglings, the mutas rather, at the third base, as we've said, what feels like hours now. Absolutely. Just a disgusting display of Mutalisk proficiency here out of Cure. And the mutas, are they going out? They're going out. They moving in. What are we doing, guys? What are we dancing for here? He's taking this base. I mean, he's taking this left. This is... I mean, I don't know. This is technically Cure's base, I believe. Cure's like, hey, there's creep right outside my front door. And some Banelings. Let's make sure that stops. Ends up wiping out a few tumors and a couple Banelings. No problemo. Oh, Widowmine hit. Oh boy. I mean, was that enough to thin this army out to where he's not going to engage? No. He's absolutely going to engage here. This third base has taken so many hits, but it keeps lifting and running and lifting and running. And the Ultra's back out. The Orbital Command escapes. The Mutas can't chase. And... bam, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Getting huge Widowmine shots on Baneling groups, making it so this third base never actually dies, and then forcing Rogue to retreat over and over again, maybe even killing a hatchery or two. Yeah, there you go. A hatchery's killed is a good metric if you're trying to win a match against a Zerg player like Rogue. Oh, that's why you have the Overseer with speed, man. Oh, takes a Widowmine hit. Okay. Alright. Creep spread is touching, literally touching this like 1 o'clock base for Cure here. Until the scan comes down and it ruins it. But yeah, I mean, income has been favoring Rogue the last 10 minutes. He's got a bank of 4,000 minerals and 1,000 gas. Cure is just, he's building what he can. Rogue's taking the other high ground Vespene, double Vespene Geyser base. Double rich Vespene Geyser base. I'm not sure if I made that clear on the other one. That's what it is. Muta's coming in again. Widowmine's getting a pretty big hit there. Sensor Tower not getting sniped. Man, these Mutas have wanted to kill this orbital for so long and they just can't do it. 9 Mutas have died. There's 11 remaining. That's a pretty decent ratio, considering how long ago he made those mutas. He's kept them alive longer than I'd expect. That's a lot of Banelings exploding on Marauders. Oh my gosh. But you know what? Even though they did nerf Banelings, sometimes if there's enough of them, it just doesn't really matter against your Thors, does it? Nay, laddie. This is not feeling particularly good for Cure, but he's splitting. He's target firing. The Ultralisks die. Once again, bank is another huge factor here. If Rogue's able to just remax after losing a ton of stuff, and Cure is not, that's where things get bad. Yeah, Cure's at 122 supply, Rogue's at 199. Cure's trying to hold on. He might get another hatch if he targets it, but at the same time, these Mutalisks, though, I really can't believe how well these Mutalisks have done. I feel like Rogue made about 17, right? To start this game, and he hasn't replaced them, and he still has a good flock of 10, and that's it. Rogue is your winner. Cure taps out in an incredibly action-packed TVZ here on Deathaura. Woo! Hit that like button if you enjoyed that match. I know Terran players maybe didn't, but if you're a Zerg player, perhaps hit that like button anyway. Yeah, that was metrics, right? 62 SCVs died, 12 drones died. 1 hatchery died, a planetary fortress went down. I'm actually impressed that Cure never lost that third base. I feel like he should have, but resources lost are 38,000 for Rogue and 32,000 for Cure. But again, when Rogue is on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 bases, and Cure is kind of struggling to hang on to 4, the maths do not add up, my friends. Absolutely not. Whew. All right. Well, I mean, what that comes down to, just in general, is not enough harassment, right? It takes so much work, right? It just takes so much work to harass an elite Zerg player like Rogue is. But if you can do it, if you could be dropping in one place and Widowmine scurrying into another place and Liberator setting up at a third place and pushing the front or hitting incredible 1-1 timings that Rogue's not ready for, you can do a lot of good stuff. I mean, maybe he felt like killing those 12 drones early was enough, but it's not. You need to consistently be keeping Rogue on the back foot. If he has you on the back foot, I don't know if he's going to lose. I just think that's TVZ in a nutshell. I mean, again, it's rough and it's kind of simplistic, right? Because what it comes down to in most matches is somebody defending a lot. If so, they're probably going to lose. But, man. I don't know. Absolutely incredible match. Great job by Cure, but just too much Rogue here today. So we're going to wrap this thing up, and that's going to be it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.